field for tonight's 11th and final race coming out onto the track with Superfect and Exacta wagering. Number 1 is Clearwater Clint, owned by driver Phil Cunningham, Dwight Clark, and Clement Rothell. 2 is Classic Cavalier, owned by Frank Palmer, driven by Ewell Binkley. 3, Medcore, owned by Richard Stevens. Reinsman is David Miller. 4 is ROBB Report, leased by Robert Pryor. Randy Tharps will be aboard. 5 is Sam Piper, owned by Bob Colley and Curtis Priest, driven by Bradley Henners. 6, Cameron Hanover, owned by Jim Price, with Jack Daly. 7, Laser Rev Rack, owned by Steve Hodge, driven by Darren Mauser. 8 is Branson, owned by Gary Risco, with David Majeski. 9 is I'm a Hustler, owned by Daniel Clellan, with Charlie Smith. 10, Boogie Bear, owned by Troy Brown. Herbie Brown will be in the sulky. That's the field for tonight's 11th race, post time in 5 minutes. Superfecta wagering. Final race pacers at the gate and moving up. Field is now in motion. And there they go. They're off and pacing. ROBB Report right to the front, up on the far outside. Laser Rev Rack, and this could be war early on. Medcore sensing a pretty torrid pace, leaves and ducks in nicely third. They're moving midway on the turn. Clearwater Clint fourth. Ranging up on the far outside. Cameron Hanover to fifth. They're on over to the quarter-mile pole. Classic Cavalier from out of the second tier, Bogey Bear. Midway on the turn, Sam Piper is eighth. Racing ninth, Branson and I'm a Hustler. They open up here, 28-3. Past the stands, they roll to the half-mile pole. ROBB Report has got the top. ROBB Report from Laser Rev Rack. Medcore a close-up third. Under the finish line the first time, Clearwater Clint is fourth, followed by Cameron Hanover fifth. Classic Cavalier is sixth. Bogey Bear is seventh, followed by Sam Piper and Brad Hanners in eighth. Ninth up on the outside, I'm a Hustler. Branson is 10th on the rail. They're at the half-mile pole. ROBB Report is there in 58-4. Down the back stretch, they roll to the three-quarter pole. ROBB Report continues to lead the way. Laser Rev Rack is second. Medcore is third. Sweeping up on the outside, Cameron Hanover fourth. Clearwater Clint can't go on fifth. Classic Cavalier swings up on the outside, followed by Bogey Bear. Branson on the far outside. I'm a Hustler is next, dropping out of it. Sam Piper racing by three quarters in 128-4. Moving around the far turn. Bouncing right along, ROBB Report. Cameron Hanover. Medcore is up on the far outside. Toward the rail, Laser Rev Rack. And this one's gotten chalk written all over it there into the stretch. ROBB Report opens up at will. Medcore, middle of the racetrack. Cameron Hanover between horses. Laser Rev Rack along the rail. It's going to be ROBB Report and a head bob for the balance. Here's the unofficial winner for ROBB Report. 10-year-old bay horse by Brand New Fellow out of Milbesta, Hanover. Leased in Lebanon by Robert Pryor. Driven and trained by Randy Tharps. Covering them out here in 158-2 for ROBB Report. The unofficial winner, photographed for place position. Superfecta 193.20, 193.20.